Welcome to the African Focus Show. We are coming to you live from our studios in Los Angeles. We bring you greetings from the Caribbean islands, greetings from the continent of Africa, and greetings from our country right here in America. If you're listening to us for the first time, welcome. If you're a regular listener, we thank you for listening. Please, Twitter, text, email, Instagram, pigeon, anything. Tell your friends we are live on the air right now and get on there. Now, you can call us today because we are giving away tickets to a comedy special next weekend. So you want to tell your friends to call in at 323-965-1600. Today, I have the African Focus team with me. Mr. DJ Nice.
Hey.
So nice they named him twice. Our beautiful producer, Miss Noma.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. We have Lauren as our engineer today. And later on, we'll be introducing you to our very special guest. She's a comedian, an actress, and a writer, and we'll tell you all about her life. And we are honored to have our executive producer in studio with us, Mr. Uchenna.
Hey.
So tell your friends, and we are going to honor our sponsors right this minute, and we'll be right back with you.
And today's sponsors, Eric Airlines. For all your African travel experience, fly Eric Airlines and experience first-class hospitality. We'd like to also thank MoneyGram International for offering the most reliable and inexpensive way to send money to your loved ones in Africa, the Caribbean, and as well as here in the States. We want to say much love and appreciation to them for their continued support. Ethiopian Airlines, the new spirit of Africa. It's more than a clever slogan, it's the driving force that touches every aspect of Ethiopian Airlines. Modern fleet, stringent maintenance standards, and responsive customer service are hallmarks of Ethiopian Airlines today.
We are back, and we thank you for listening. Today, we have a very exciting show for you. We have a young lady in studio with us. She is a comedian, she's an actress, she's a writer, and she's like about to produce and direct her own show here. She is just breaking out into the world. And we have invited her in today because we want to know all about her and what is going on. Miss Yvonne.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
We are happy to have you here.
Happy to be here. This is live right now.
Yeah, we are live and alive.
That is good. That's great. And in charge. Yes.
Well, tell the audience, who are you? Where are you from?
Who am I? I ask myself that every day. Who are you? No, I am from Nigeria. Indibo Kwenu. Hey. Yeah. My people. No shit.
Say that again. Indibo Kwenu. Hey.
It's an Igbo thing. You would have, no. I'm from Nigeria, and I am from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So that's in the east, and I was born there, and I came to Maryland when my family immigrated to America, and we lived in Maryland for a while. Been all over, lived in New York. I've worked in Liberia. A lot of people don't know I have a master's in public health. So I'm a very intelligent girl. I have a master's, and so I worked in Liberia, and when I came back, it was 2009, and there was a recession going on. And at that moment, I knew, even though I was supposed to be going down the health path, I was like, this entertainment thing is just kind of tugging at my heartstrings. And that was the moment I was like, I came back, nobody else had a job, and I was like, you know what? I can blend in with all these people who don't have a job. I'm gonna move to New York and start these dreams. And that's kind of what I did. That's what I did.
How long have you been doing comedy?
I started comedy in 2000. First time I ever did it, it was at the Miss Nigeria and American.
Oh wow.
Yes, and which is happening this
That's
weekend.
a really
actually.
small place to start.
Yeah, it was at a pageant. It was the it's actually going on right now in Atlanta. So all the Miss Nigeria and America contestants, all the best. The very first time, and I'd never done it before. But you know, with pageants, you need a talent, and I didn't have one. And so I was like, I'm not tribal dancing on stage. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And so I literally found myself praying. I found myself like asking God, like, what should I do? I've already bought this dress. Oh, well, the thing is coming up. Like, I can't back out now.
Oh, wait, you bought the dress with the intention of entering the pageant?
I was already in it. It was about 2 weeks before the pageant, and they were like, "Hi, we got everything, but we don't know what your talent is. You didn't write that portion down." I said, "Because I don't have one." And so
I don't have a talent.
I don't have. I was like, "What?" I said, "I thought I was just going to walk and smile and wave. That's how these things go." And so I ended up praying, and all I heard back from God was, "Do comedy." And at that point, I was like, no, you got the wrong one. Like, I'm not doing that. I was like, he's like, in front of Africans, you know, they're not the most crowd. Yeah, they're not the most forgiving crowd. If I don't do what they were like, whose daughter is this? Where is her mother? She has failed everybody in our village. So the entire village. So I literally was like, God, I hope you're right about this. And so I sat down and I wrote like 5 minutes of what is funny about growing up as a Nigerian in America, and just thought about all the stuff in my house that we just like, why do they do that? You know, why do your parents, when you're sitting down there, your parents are like, can you hand me the remote? And you're like, you're right next to the remote. Why did you call me from upstairs? Or, you know, when they calling somebody international, it's like, hello? Can you hear me? I'm like, everyone can hear me. We are literally in church. Why are you doing this? And so, like, those things, and so people started laughing, and that's legitimately how I started my comedy career.
That's amazing.
And you wrote your own stuff just then and there?
I wrote it. I didn't even know what I was in. The only background I had in comedy was when we used to sneak into my parents' room to watch Def Comedy Jam. Because at that point, like, you know, cable boxes were only in one room.
Right.
Like, I don't know what this whole new age, you got this international to cable boxes, whatever. But we literally would sneak in. Mommy and Daddy weren't home, and we'd just be watching like Chris Tucker and all these people. I just knew that they would say one thing, the audience would be quiet, and they would say something else, the audience would start laughing. So that was set up punchline, and I didn't.
That really is incredible. I'm a comedian myself, and if you know anything about comedy, writing is the hardest part. So to just write some stuff on the day of or the day before for the first time and have it be successful, that's tremendous.
Nothing but Jesus. I can't take nobody's credit. Because if it would have gone the other way, if it would have gone any other way, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be like, why would you do this to me, Lord?
You'd be like, Jesus, you failed me.
You failed me. I don't believe no more.
So I have a girlfriend. I told you, I met you the other night at
very sweet
African Fashion.
Yes, the
African style.
African style fashion show.
And a friend of mine had sent me the videotape of your show.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that girl is hosting. And it turned out she knew the lady who plays your mother.
Yes.
Tell us about this show that you are getting out there in the world.
Yes, the show is called First Gen, and essentially it is based off my life. I am a first generation Nigerian American, or I mean technically zero generationer since I was born in Nigeria, but I've grown up in America for more years than I've been over back home. And so it's about the trials and tribulations and the joys, I guess, being first gen. And of my life, I was the good Nigerian girl. I was destined to be the doctor in my family, like from the top, from as long as I can remember. You will be a doctor. You will be a doctor. God is good. Like, you know, like that was my conditioning. And at some point in my life, I was like, it's not gonna work. Probably when I took organic chemistry. Pretty sure that's when I realized I'm not cut out for this. But you know, there's that fear of like having to tell your parents, and then like, what do you tell them that you want to be? Like, if you don't want to be this thing that they set you up for, comedy, kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so the show's about a young lady named Joanna who's coming to terms with the fact, like, the things that her parents like sacrificed to bring them to this country for, she no longer wants to do, and she wants to pursue her dreams and her passion, and what that looks like in an immigrant context. And for me, I'm really excited because it's the first time we've actually seen an African family at the center of American TV, and not being made a caricature of, but just like as we are, because we're like America's made of immigrants. That's composed of all immigrants, and so for me, it's really exciting. I'm very excited about the project, not only because like it's my story, but I think it's beyond my story. It's the story of every immigrant, we've just been so fortunate to get really good feedback in that when we dropped the trailer, because that's what we shot, a trailer, we got the first gens from like Paris and the UK and all over the continent, not even like Nigerians. Like we got a lot of Nigerians, but we got people who are like, I'm Kenyan American, this is totally my story, and da-da-da. So it was just really good to see I'm not the only one, because honestly, when I started in comedy, I was made to feel like you are the only person in the world who wants to do this thing. Why are you doing this? Stay in your lane. And I think just by being open about it, people are like, I wanted to be a fashion designer, but my mom told me to be a dentist. Thank you for telling my story. And I was just like, what? So it's been really fun. So we're hoping to get it out to the world. We're shopping it to networks here in America, and hopefully we'll have some good news soon and very soon.
Yeah, because right now it's pilot season and all that.
Yeah, I mean, pilot season kind of ended, so they're like producing the pilots that they've picked up and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. So, we're just faithful and hopeful that something good will come.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, I watched the trailer and it's fantastic. I don't know if we have time to show it. Maybe can we take a look at it?
Let's take a look at it. Yeah. Roll that beautiful baby footage. That's my family. Your everyday Nigerian Americans. Immigrant parents, first-gen kids. That's my mom, Agatha. I was her favorite child.
Joanna is doing very well. She's doing marvelously at Harvard Medical School. I could not have had a better daughter.
Or so she thought.
So, Joe, let me get this straight. You're dropping out of med school to become a comedian?
And that's me, Joanna. I'm dropping out of med school to become a comedian. My folks, they didn't take the news so well.
Jester, no. We did not bring you to this country to be a clown.
I'm pretty sure they call it comedian here, Mom. Dad, seriously. That's my dad, Charles. He's normally the voice of reason.
Agatha, leave the girl alone. See, like the tiger told the tortoise, the road ahead will be long and troublesome. And there'll be a few mangoes along the way.
Except for when he's not. Yeah, I never know if you're on my side or not, Dad. You gotta understand, immigrant parents leave their country for one reason alone: bragging rights.
Have I told you all that's my son? Oh, he has been accepted into MIT's Mechanical Engineering PhD program.
Hey, wonderful news. That's good. What about your daughter? The one with cross eyes.
Hey.
Without it, you're nothing.
Family.
And that's my twin brother, Toby. He's the golden child.
Break out the champagne, because I got some great news.
I hope it's not another Russian girlfriend.
I have been named the youngest and first African-American partner of Marceli Schneider and Chen.
Jesus said yes, nobody can say no.
My son, you have done very well, eh?
Don't hate.
Even in the jungle, the lizard and the chameleon, they are not made so.
I do have one ally. That's my Aunt Stella.
Joe, I am so proud of you for taking a stand. You are becoming your own woman.
Stella, do not corrupt my daughter with your new age nonsense.
Yep, too bad my mom can't stand her.
I don't want her to become a spinster like you.
And by spinster, your mother means having my own business and the affections of men from Dallas to Dubai.
Why don't you go and Dubai a husband?
I'll be going. My dreams, they don't exactly fit the first-gen mold.
You're Nigerian. I'm Japanese. Grey's Anatomy is our American dream. What are you going to do for money?
Really, Amy? You're better than that. I'll figure something out.
You say you went to medical school before this? Online?
There is one big obstacle. I'm always gangstar with a capital gang.
I just got another one of these emails. Dear Mr. Fraudulent Young Man, Nigeria does not have a king, so you can keep your inheritance. Foolish goat.
Emoji, my beautiful African sister, blessed Nubian queen.
Like I've told you before, my name is Agatha.
See, that's the name the white man gave you.
It was my grandmother's name.
Oh, sorry about that. We love Grandma.
The only thing that I could do to make my mom happy right now is to get married. And she'll stop at nothing to make that happen.
And Mecca. Oh, my mom told you to give me a call. Okay, well, can I just give you a call right back? 20 minutes from never. All right.
Why were you so mean to that young man?
Mom, I told you, I do not like getting random phone calls from random strangers.
Hey, yes. Joanna is going to find a husband. It's not your portion to be single. Darling, look at this. I was thinking about hanging this all over the neighborhood. What do you think?
Like the rattlesnake without
why do I bother? The snake, the rats, all of them, I'm tired.
But you asked for my opinion.
Oh, Joanna, you remember Emeka?
Mom, what is this?
I thought you said you didn't like receiving phone calls from strange men.
Yeah.
I thought you'd prefer a face-to-face meeting.
Mom.
Now go and be nice. He's a dentist.
From comedian Yvonne Orji comes a hilarious, new family sitcom about one daughter's quest to discover her own American dream while living out her mother's Nigerian nightmare.
What do we tell our friends? Because you had a dream. Who do you think you are? Martin Luther King?
And with this family, there's never a dull moment.
A mother's work is never done.
Visit firstgenshow.com.
That's my life.
It's tremendous, guys. That is really funny, and I feel like it should be seen on a major network.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's the first time we've seen an African family in play, and all that stuff is so true.
It all happens. I can't say if it's all happened to me, but it all happens.
Well, yeah. Well,
We
you
can
know,
all
like,
relate to that.
people from Africa or from the Caribbean and stuff, they believe in the traditional, you go to school, you get a job that they recognize.
Yes.
You know,
good
that they can boast about. And anything outside of that really doesn't go well. I remember when I was no longer a secretary, I became a professional. My mother was ashamed of me because she could no longer explain that I was a broadcast director, and she didn't know what that means. So not being able to say my daughter is a secretary, as we call it at home, she was embarrassed. So I totally get it, and I really feel like it should be seen.
For the longest time, you know, it was the hardest thing for my mom to be like, this is my daughter, the comedian. I was still a public health professional, like 4 years into doing comedy. Like everybody, she has a master's in public health. But I was like, Mom, I'm totally living in New York as a comedian. People don't say that. Don't say that out loud. People will get it.
And I think, you know, because comedy is still like a growing industry in Africa too. So it's not one of those like established,
and it's
you know, like,
and it's also not secure, like on the gender side too. It's also not a. I mean, that goes in America as well as in Nigeria. But on the gender side, I remember my father, like, and I think his advice or this statement is actually what opened my eyes to really saying, okay, what are you really gonna do with this? He said, so you want to be a jester? Okay. So when you're 40 years old, are you going to be telling jokes with the baby on your back? And I'm like, I don't think so. You know, like, it sounds really harsh, but it's like, that's the reality. Like, so when I'm 40, what does comedy look like for me at that point? And so that's really why I kind of transitioned into writing, because it's like all the power is in writing. I can still be funny, but then like you're a content creator now. And that you know, and funny enough, that's kind of gave them a little bit more of a sense, because they know Chimamanda. They're like, oh, Chimamanda's a writer. Okay. So then it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm writing. Okay. We can tell our friends Yvonne's a writer. You know, like that is tangible. We can read like words. And you know, we have Chinua Achebe, we have Chimamanda. Sure, she's going to be like that. I'm like, I don't write novels. But
kind of writer.
Yeah. But so it's that uncertainty that you spoke of, like. And also, immigrant parents like to set their children up for success.
Right.
And so it's like, if
being a doctor or lawyer, we know.
You know who you can talk. You want to be an engineer? Don't worry. Go and talk to Mr. So-and-so. His son is doing engineering. You two can meet, and you know, together you guys can rise in the engineering ranks. But you want to be a comedian? There's none of my friends that have done this. Who can we pair you up? Like, how can we make this work for you? So it's like, it's uncharted territory. And so that's where it's the apprehension, it's the fear. Also, it's also unpredictable.
Right.
Like there are so many comedians who don't make it. There's so many actors who don't make it. Writers who are in obscurity. So for your parents, they're like,
Are you sure?
hitting our 60s and 70s, you're supposed to be a retirement plan. How?
Yeah, exactly.
Are we going to be walking forever because we have a dream? You know. So there's that fear as well, and you can't blame them. They sacrificed so much to come here. So I don't fault or blame my parents whatsoever.
Right.
But I actually think that it's their kind of strong hand that kind of made me feel like I can't just come out here like every other person in LA and just be like, you know, I'm out here, I got dreams. It's like, no, I have to make it. I have a timeline. Because, you know, you can't go home every summer and then they're like, so nothing to show for. All your yes.
For that medical degree.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's an immigrant parents thing because Jay Leno has said, like as recently as 5 years ago before his father died, he's been a successful comedian and on the air for what? 30 years. And his father says to him, you still out there in those Californias? When are you going to get a real job? The guy is like worth $100 million. The father is like, when are you going to get a real job?
No, I think my parents were saying to me, I think one time at the 100 million mark, they'd be like, she has a job.
Right, oh yeah, but then they're like,
I feel like at that point, every Nigerian person is like, no, we know what she does. In fact, she has a bank comedy.
She has a bank account.
Yeah.
So like, as a kid, were you always funny? Like, what was your personality like?
You know what? I have 3 older brothers, and I think that they are funnier than me. I mean, like, well, not all of them. I think one of them is like legitimately funnier than me. So growing up, I was actually picked on a lot. Like, I did not grow up with a lot of friends. I was actually the maybe comic. I was a loner. I loved reading. I loved books. My brothers were all popular, and all of them. They're all different. I have one brother, my oldest brother. He's the tallest one, and he was so much older than me, so he was out of like my ranks. My second brother, he's the pretty boy. He's the golden boy that I speak of. He handsome. Even the kids who were picking on me would like call a truce one day and be like, Yvonne, if you just give us your brother's number, we won't pick on you today. And it's like, like he was a pretty boy. And then my third brother, he was the apuka, as they call it in Nigeria. He's the strong guy. And he would beat up everybody. So it was like nobody messed with him. Right. But then when it came to me, it was just like, Yvonne, you're messing it up for all of us. And so I didn't know I was funny, but like all Nigerians are kind of funny in that like we can just literally sit around and just tell jokes. Be like, look at your ogo, look at your head, you're very foolish goat. And like everyone just like starts laughing, but no one thinks, let's translate that to comedy.
But it's different though. When you sit in a wrong joking, there are people that are very funny in a conversation. But if they had to get on a stage and do it, they couldn't.
So the thing is, when I would get picked on, like I would go to the bathroom and like talk to myself and like practice like what I would say if I had courage to say to all my bullies, like all my comebacks. But like I never could. So I think that was me, because I didn't have stage fright. Even when I did the pageant, it wasn't a fright of being on stage in front of people, because I was like, that's performance, but just frightened that what I could say could potentially not be funny. Like that was what I was afraid of, because I'm like, then that would bring me back to like my bullying stage. Like, what if they laugh at me, not with me?
Every
this is all bad.
Nightmare.
Every comedian's nightmare. So I think those bathroom moments were preparing me for stage.
We are going to take a quick break right now, and we'll be right back with you with much more.